Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George, or all George. So, which coin pumped up 50%? That's right, Dogecoin. Dogecoin pumps up, but how high can it go? In addition, hey, Bitcoin's not doing too shabby. Entire market cap is going up as well. We're nearing the final days of October, and that Pumptober seems like it has started. So let's take a look at all these things and more. Let's jump right into it. Right now, you could see the entire market cap is above 1 trillion. 1 trillion. That is what we want to see. Today's a pretty good day. A lot of green. Outside of stable coins, you can see a lot of greens, but I'm sure you guys have noticed this. Doge being up 50% in a single day, and she is up close to 20%. Wow. So, what is happening and how high can something like Doge go? Interesting enough, just recently someone asked me, is it possible for Doge to get to number 3 on CMC? And at that time, which was only like 2 days ago, I'm like, there's an off chance. I don't think it's going to happen. There's a small off chance, but maybe that off chance has grown a little more since then. All right, so what's been going on? You guys know this whole Twitter saga thing, right? New York Stock Exchange delisted Twitter shares on Friday. Everyone that held on a Twitter share got $54.2 per share. We know that Elon kicked out all the top brass, the CEO, CFO, top legal lawyer, all these guys, engineers. He kicked out everyone, okay? Now everyone is waiting to hear what his grand plan is. He kind of shared it already in terms of making Twitter into a super app, okay? Something like, I don't even know, like, is it like WeChat in Asia? There might be a few other ones where you have these large super apps that allow people to do everything, to buy and hail a ride share and go watch a movie, pay for tickets. I mean, like literally you could do everything. What we use like 10 different apps for in Asia is just one app. So Elon already shared that, hey, why not make Twitter something like that? But, you know, it's still very early. Someone gave a suggestion to Elon saying, why not have different versions, like an R-rated version and a PG-13 rated version and a PG version? Elon said, hey, maybe that's not a bad idea, right? So everyone is waiting for his grand plan. And even companies like GM, they're waiting. So they halted their advertising because they're like, okay, we don't know what's going to happen here. So near term, a lot of brands are pulling out and saying, yeah, we want to see that grand plan too. But one thing we do know is Elon is a big fan of Doge. He has said so many times himself. He thinks the irony of the whole thing is you take the biggest meme coin out there and you turn it into the biggest crypto out there. That would be funny. That's what he said before. Now, I don't know if he still thinks that. Maybe he still does. But, you know, there's been talks about what he's going to do with payments in Twitter, verification with Twitter, removing bots with Twitter, and he has speculated maybe he's going to use Doge for all those things. For verification, you have to like stake some Doge. You can use Doge for payments and Doge for other various things within Twitter. That is why it is blowing up. I mean, just look at that. This is right now up to like almost 14 cents. It did top out 14. Before all of you guys like, oh yeah, I'm going to FOMO on Doge. Don't do that yet because short-term indicators are all extremely oversold. It doesn't mean that it can't go up more, but it's likely that it's going to pull back. So if you're thinking about FOMO in, you may want to wait. But this is the reason why Doge is skyrocketing right now. Okay. Now, in addition to this, there's a lot of other things that people are now tweeting out, and and coming up with. For example, there's a triple bottom that has formed, right? And if it completes this and it starts going up, well, can it reach previous levels? Well, that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is this. At its current market cap right now, at 17, 18 billion, if it goes back to its previous highs, which was around 60, 70 cents, this was pre-Elon going on SNL, the biggest disaster we have ever seen. Not only does SNL suck, but it popped the bubble at that point. But at its peak, Doge was closing in at 70 cents. So you're talking about like 6x from here. 5 to 6x, more like 5x. So if Doge goes up 5x, that would actually put it at number 3 right behind Ethereum. So going back to what I said at the beginning, someone asked me, can Doge get up to number 3? And a few days ago, I said it's very unlikely, off chance that it's going to happen. But if Elon really starts going all nutty with Doge and integrating in Twitter, creating payment systems, creating dApps and all these things that you can only use Doge to pay with, right? It's giving a lot of utility. I've always said Doge has no utility, which is why I preferred Shiba over Doge, because Shiba is actually trying to create utility. Doge has none, but Elon himself single-handedly can bring utility to Doge and lift it to the moon on one of his SpaceX rockets. That's a real reality, so let that sink in. But we'll see. It's a little early to make that call right now. Like I said, a lot of speculation on Twitter, but this is what's happening, and we will see how high it goes. If the rest of this month, there's not that many days left, today, tomorrow, and Monday, Uptober is certainly kicking in. We're up 8%. You know, there's earlier this month, a lot of people were like, George, what happened to Uptober? It's not happening. Well, you know, sometimes things move really quickly. So now we're actually in the green for October. And let's see, we just started Saturday. If this rally continues today, tomorrow, Monday, we'll have a pretty good gain in October. And then we're heading to November, which traditionally is probably the most bullish month of any month within a year, right? And we have that big FOMC meeting next week, too, on Wednesday. And if Powell becomes dovish, wow, just watch out. We're going to get an explosion that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. We have so much pent-up pressure, right? The market is just ready to explode. Man, it's going to get real exciting, guys, real soon. All right, now, of course, outside of Doge, everything else is doing good. Uptober for Bitcoin, now it's up 8%. Can it make a good rally? Sure it can. And Michael Saylor wants to remind you guys, despite the fact that all the media out there is trying to make fun of the fact that he made a poor decision, you know, MicroStrategy should not have been all in on Bitcoin and this and that. He wants to remind everyone that since he's bought Bitcoin back in 2020, everything else has been doing very poorly. NASDAQ basically clinging on to zero. Gold, had he bought billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of gold, it would be down 19%. Had he bought the bonds or silver, he would be very, very negative. But Bitcoin has been up, right? But here's the thing. To be fair, he's not still up 73% on Bitcoin. Bitcoin itself has been up since August 10th of 2020. Unfortunately, Michael did buy a lot toward the top, so his dollar cost average is in the 30s, so he is still in the negative. So to be fair, this is a little misleading, but had you bought and held Bitcoin since August 10, 2020, you would still be up 73% versus everything else, right? So, don't get trapped by the mainstream narrative, is what Michael Saylor wants to remind you guys of. Liquidations. okay, over the last 24 hours. I'm sure this is going to get even worse for the shorts. You could see recently, 2 days ago, we had over $1 billion worth of shorts gone, wrecked, liquidated, okay? And, you know, we had a few days where it calmed down to like 100 million, and today, boom, we're back to 500 plus million shorts liquidated, right? And the main coin that has been liquidated the most is Doge. So a lot of people are shorting Doge. Well, they didn't do so well over the last 24 hours. Overall, all the shorts have not been doing well. And it's surprising that there's still so many that are still trying to keep compounding on their losses by shorting more, thinking, well, it has to come down, right? That's the mistake. It doesn't have to come down. It can keep building. So either way, longs or shorts, if you get liquidated, it's bad. The exchanges win. They always do. They're the ones that's collecting the fees. So no matter what, you win or you lose, they collect the fees. Keep that in mind. But shorts, if I had to choose, I'd much rather see shorts get liquidated than longs. That's for sure. All right, so we got more short liquidations, so that's also very positive. The other meme coin, the big one, Shiba Inu, is up 15, actually more than 15%. It's up 17%. So Shiba is also following. Now, Elon has not made any indication that he is going to support Shiba. Throughout all this time, he has not mentioned Shiba once. Okay, will he break that trend with Twitter? I don't know, but right now, it is riding the coattails of Doge upwards. Shiba has a lot going for it. There's a lot of users. There's a lot of NFT DEX usage. And they're still building upon their game, their metaverse, a whole bunch of stuff. Plus, Shiba also has their burn. It's very little. But there is a lot of things going on with Shiba. Right now, none of those things matter versus Elon. Elon is the biggest utility of them all, which is why Doge is pumping and skyrocketing. But outside of the meme coins and Bitcoin, of course, you still have other great altcoins that you don't want to miss out on. Ethereum is still doing well. Ethereum up about 5% today, above 1,600. Can Ethereum claw back to 2,000? Yes, is the simple answer. The power consumption has dropped by 99.9%. So take a look at that drop right there. It almost seemed like the network shut down, but that's how little it's using in terms of energy. And if you compare that to everything else, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin proof of work. A lot of people pick on Bitcoin, how much energy it uses. YouTube itself uses more energy than all the Bitcoin mining in the world. So think about that. And gold mining also does. And Netflix, it's up there too, but no one complains about how much energy YouTube uses or how much energy gold uses, only how much energy Bitcoin uses. Think about that. But anyways, if you could actually see the right-hand side, you'll see that proof of stake Ethereum is basically down to zero. That's good. That's good overall. Also, the whales have been buying ETH behind the scenes, more and more so. We have seen this for a lot of crypto. Cardano whales are buying Cardano, ETH whales buying ETH, Shiba whales buying Shiba, Doge whales buying Doge, right? They're doing so while things are low behind the scenes, while everyone else is worried about a double bottom or the double top or whatever it's going to do short term. But these guys, they know this is the time to be accumulating, and they have been by the hundreds of millions to billions. Last two things. Charles is wondering if there should be another type of decentralized Twitter and make it a side chain of Cardano. I'm just going to vote yes and see what happens. 83% says yes. Is it going to happen? I don't know, because there's been a lot of attempts at decentralized social media and they have all failed miserably. But Cardano fans are strong. So if Charles is going to make it happen or some project's going to make it happen, maybe he'll stay around for a bit. All right, guys, that is it. Bitcoin. Looking at Bitcoin, it did a couple things. Number one, it broke out of this trend line since November, which is very positive. Number two is it broke out of a recent high, which is right here, 20,500. That's also good. The next thing that we're looking for is to break the next level, which is right here, 22,800. So if we can claw back up to 22,800 in short order, we will see, because that will be the next big test. Okay, and that could certainly happen even this weekend or next weekend, or next week, I should say. Is once we get a third confirmation that we're above here, well, that really means that we are making moves, right? So that would be the next step to look forward to. And as for Doge, like I said, you probably don't want to FOMO in right now because a lot of these indicators are really high. Okay, 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, especially daily, it's very high. So FOMOing at this point, probably not advisable. Wait and see, but it has broke into right here back in May of 2022. This was where it was before, but obviously if it keeps going, it could go to 70 cents and beyond. All right, let's do some Q&A. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let me see. Donosaur. That's a clever name. Thank you for knowledge, Big Dog. Thank you for your support and appreciate that. What do you know about Mass Network? It's a protocol that allows its users to send encrypted messages over Twitter and Facebook. I actually don't know anything about the Mass Network. It's kind of interesting. Floki up 47%. I think all meme coins are going up today because of Doge. Okay, to be honest, I think every single one is being driven up. There's a lot of excitement, but there's only one that has a real shot of being made as the official currency of Twitter, and that's Doge. Rover says it would be funny if it got pegged to $1. I mean, at this point, you know, Doge going to $1 wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. I mean, just look at Elon's influence, man. I mean, he single-handedly, I should say, took over Twitter. $44 billion. Who else has the money to do that? Usually if that was a tech merger, it would be considered one of the largest mergers in the world. We don't see many mergers in the tens of billions like that, right? Very few. And he single-handedly came up with $44 billion. Yeah, he got some investor, but overall he put up most of the money to take over Twitter. He wants to make a super app. He thinks the future potential is huge. And the one currency he really believes in is Doge. I'm hoping that he does integrate others. I'm hoping he does integrate Bitcoin and Ethereum at the very least, okay, in addition to Dogecoin. Hopefully it's not just Dogecoin. But, you know, who knows what's coming. Today, Cardano's up pretty big, 7%, but Cardano's still below their 50-cent mark, which they were there not too long ago. Finding UFOs, yes. I do believe in aliens. And if there's aliens, there have to be UFOs. So yes. Doge Elon Mars up 82%, sitting at 116. Yeah, the worst named crypto in history. Is there any reason for this rally? I've gave them all. HP Group, hopefully you've been following me. I've been giving reasons left and right literally every day for past few months. It's just time. It's time. But next week will really be the determining factor. We'll see what Powell says on Wednesday. That will really determine if this rally is going to gain strength and continue forward like a bullet train, or it's going to start losing strength. So we will see. Wednesday, the FOMC meeting will be huge. Did you see yesterday's video debate between SBF and Eric Voorhees on the Bankless video? SBF is definitely not a crypto guy, acting like a true politician. No, I didn't watch it, but I have no doubt. SBF is Sam Bankman-Fried FTX. He's a newcomer. He only came into the scene because he figured out how to make a boatload of money arbitraging Bitcoin. He never said he believed in Bitcoin. He never said he believes in decentralization or any of that. He just happened to figure out a way to use bots and arbitrage quickly. He saw opportunity, made billions. And then he decided, well, okay, since I have all this crypto, what do I do with that? Let's start an exchange, right? But now he's just, you could truly see he's not really for decentralization at all or blockchain. He's really for making FTX and Alameda Research into the next BlackRock and just dominating crypto. I mean, that's my interpretation of his actions so far. I don't really see anything else. So I have no doubt. But that sounds like an interesting debate. I'll probably look it up afterwards. Dan, congratulations. If you made $50K in the last few hours, you should send me some $100 super chats. I'm just kidding. Yeah, who knows? You know, right now it would not be just when it was at like 70 cents like a day ago or 2 days ago, I was just saying to myself, why would I not be buying some Doge right now? Elon is going to do something. People are going to FOMO in. And then I'm like, it's too high. I went to bed. Now, of course, I regret that. But, right now it's just, no one knows what Elon is going to do. Okay? But if there's anyone that can bring real utility to Doge, it's Elon. There's no one else on planet Earth that can bring as much utility to Doge as Elon. So think about that. Bob the Lego nerd. I think Doge and Elon buying Twitter may cause crypto to finally decouple from the stock market. That could be a catalyst. As funny as that may seem, it could be. It could be. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Elon could convince others to start accepting Doge and Bitcoin and crypto as well, right? And making it a primary source of payments, rather than being like a secondary or third option. Make it a primary. Do I like Rose? No, but I don't hate them. I'm just neutral on them. They're promising L1, but I don't have any opinion really about them. More likely, Elon will convince Kanye to convert, or Ye, to convert all his fiat to Doge. You know what? We know all the problems Ye, or aka Kanye, has been having, right? He might partner up with Elon. They're good friends. He might partner up. I don't know. I don't know if Elon wants that kind of heat right now, but who knows? Who knows that they could get together. Maybe supports Doge, or just Bitcoin, or whatever. That could happen. It could happen. I'm curious to see what the super app could look like. I don't know. First step is get rid of the bots. Second step is to, I don't know. He got some console or something to, I don't know who's on the console, to look at how they're moderating and stuff. So he's gonna make big changes to that. So changes in moderation and account bans and stuff like that, and then account verifications. It's just so damn hard to get verified before. I think he's looking into changing that. I think it was just like the previous idea was to stake some Doge for that. I don't know. There's just a lot of things swirling around right now. UFC uses VET. What about all sports? Your thoughts? Well, VeChain has that partnership with UFC. Yeah, that's correct. But as for all these sports, I mean, they're just looking for dollars right now. They don't really care about the project. They just care about who's paying them the most money to get, rights to the stadiums, or, ads and stuff like that. But here's the thing. More and more athletes are starting to realize their money, and they're making tens of millions or hundreds of millions. That money is just disappearing. So a lot of athletes are turning to Bitcoin and crypto, right? That's what we want to see. And if they force upon it on the teams or their teammates or whatever, then you truly have true adoption, right? But right now, all these paid partnerships, it's great for advertising, but I don't know if it's really doing anything in terms of educating. It's just getting the word out, I guess. Is Jake Paul fighting Anderson Silva? Is that what it is? I think Silva destroys him. But Silva's old. I mean, but I don't know. Imagine Elon following in this footstep. Remember all the Bitcoin he sold before, right, from Tesla? Not that he hated Bitcoin. It's because he said he wants to generate some cash in case he needs it. Imagine if he declares this week, hey, Tesla is buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. He follows his Twitter acquisition with a Bitcoin purchase. Oh, my God. The whole thing, everything is just going to explode to the moon. Right? He could be doing it. He could be doing it. Maybe Elon could put Michael Saylor on the console. Whatever console that he's building. Maybe he could put Michael Saylor. Man, Doge just does not want to come down right now. Everyone's FOMOing in on Doge. We haven't seen a FOMO like this for a year now. In 2021, plenty of FOMO like this. But 2022 has been absolutely horrible for FOMO. Not to say we want FOMO. FOMO is not good, but it's good to see people put their money back into crypto. So many people I talk to, they're like, yeah, it's down, I'm DCAing, but you could just tell they're not very excited. right? It's good to see some kind of excitement and get people to truly come back in and pay attention and possibly DCA more. Dustin, he I don't think he's gonna do that because he just spent 44 billion on Twitter. I don't think he's gonna put $1 billion into it. But you know, Tesla already accepts Doge for some of the items, like the smaller items. You can't buy Tesla with Doge. Maybe he's gonna enable that. Maybe he's gonna enable you can buy with Bitcoin again. Joaquin, I have 40% in cash on the side. When I put it in play, well, you should have been already. I think 40% in cash is a lot. 30%, I think is good. I mean, 40% is okay. I shouldn't say it's a lot. Whatever. You could keep at 40%, but I would say, you know, you want to DCA while things are low, right? You never know. Next week, we could be at 25,000 Bitcoin and Ethereum above 2,000, and Doge could be at like 20 cents next week. We just don't know, right? We've been down for a very long time. That's something we do know. And it usually takes a while before you get out of the bottom. So no one knows where bottom is until enough time has passed, and then we could declare, okay, that was bottom, right? But that's why you need to be DCAing. Just buy small amounts. Make sure you don't miss out. Otherwise, when we're back up, and so many people always say this, like, oh, I should have bought more at this point, or I should have bought more at this point. Well, of course, hindsight is 20/20, but during those moments, very little people want to take advantage. I've been through it. I know. During bottom times, no one wants to buy. Everyone's fearful. There's a lot of bears, a lot of fudsters that would say, oh, it's going to go lower, right? But those that do, they reap the rewards. They get rewarded when things come back up. It's really that simple. We need Doge to hold at 65 cents for 3 months straight. Well, first things first. All right, let's see if it could even get to 20 cents. Never chase, be the chased. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, guys. Like I said at the beginning, Doge is doing very well. 60% right now, okay? But if you're thinking about FOMO in, you probably shouldn't. Not that this is a financial advice, but it's gone up way too much, way too fast. I would say if you're thinking about buying Doge, at least wait for it to settle down. All the short-term indicators are extremely oversold. Okay, so I'm warning you guys, even though there's a lot of excitement with Twitter, with Elon and all this, don't FOMO in. Usually don't lead to good things. But we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys later, and check out my other videos on I Am George channel. A lot of good stuff. And have a good one and enjoy your gains today. Take care. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.